the housing market in general remains fairly strong. I know that there's a lot of question around the headwinds around interest rates. It seems that every time interest rates move upward, the housing market takes a hit in the stock market. But the fundamentals of the industry are defined much more by employment, by labor participation, by people feeling confident with the economy and the way that their lives are being affected. The new tax law has been a stimulus to people's wallet, and generally demand remains very strong against a very supply-constrained market.
Yeah, that supply-constrained market has been a story for a while. So what is the outlook for trying to ramp up supply and meet that? Because we're also hearing about costs on the builder front going up, and so therefore even profit per home may be going down, even though you have this great supply-demand dynamic.
Yeah, at the end of the day, it's very difficult to right this ship. Land prices have been going up. It's very hard to get approved land in strategic markets where people want to live. Construction prices have been moving up. So supply is constrained and is likely to remain constrained. It's very hard to get affordable housing under construction. But with that said, you do have growing demand. Millennials are certainly starting to form families, getting married and having children, and that's, of course, the first step to entering the for-sale purchase market. And at the end of the day, with demand growing and supply constrained and likely to remain constrained, production continuing to be under historical norms, we're probably looking at a stable, strong housing market, even as interest rates tend to tick up over time.
You talked about rising input costs. What's more problematic, the cost of lumber, which has shot up so much, or is it the employment? When we look at employment levels as low as they are you struggling to hire? We're hearing that from many, many companies.
Yeah, so, the cost of lumber has certainly spiked. We kind of feel that it's reached its kind of peak, and we've seen the end of that cycle. But the cost of labor and the availability of labor is clearly a constraint for the housing market, and again, a limitation on the amount of supply that can be brought to market.
Hey there, thanks for checking out CNBC on YouTube. Be sure to subscribe to stay up to date on all of the day's biggest stories. You can also click on any of the videos around me to watch the latest from CNBC. Thanks for watching.